Not all protective styles are actually protecting your hair. Some of them might be doing you more harm than good without you even realizing it. Protective styles are meant to help you retain length, reduce breakage, and give your hair a break from daily manipulations. And when done incorrectly, they can lead to thinning edges, breakage, scalp damage, or even traction alopecia. Today I'm breaking down the most common protective styles that can ruin your hair and how to wear them the right way. There is no doubt that some of the reasons why some people are not able to see the most length retention from protective styling is because of the kind of style that they choose. It may sound weird or unlikely, but there are some so-called protective styles that are ruining your hair. So in today's video, I'll be spilling it all out, even though I know some people will disagree with me, but it's okay to disagree. It's just an honest opinion from all the things that I've seen so far with regards to protective styling. So first off, tight braids and cornrows. Yes, they look sleek, they look clean, but if your scalp is hurting, it's red, or you can't even move an eyebrow without feeling pain, then that style is too tight. Because tension at the roots, they weaken your hair strands, they weaken your hair follicles, and can lead to thinning edges and permanent hair damage over time. So what do you do instead? Always ask for tension-free hairstyles. Yes, your braids should be neat, but not painful. If it hurts, speak up or take it down. I've seen or heard whereby some people say they went to a stylist and after that their head aches, they feel a lot of pain. Some people even have to take down that style. You don't have to wait until you are done before you complain. I mean, this is about your hair. This is about the health of your hair. So if you're styling your hair and you feel uncomfortable, you feel that it's too tight or painful or hurtful, then you have to speak up. I mean, it's your hair, and I'm sure you're paying for that service. So you have to speak up. And if that stylist is not in any way ready to conform to what you want for your hair, then it's okay to leave and find someone else or do it yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up because it's your right. If they are not doing it the way you want them to do it, stop them immediately and just leave to avoid stories. Number 2, heavy box braids and knotless braids. Super long or extra thick box braids and knotless braids should be avoided, honestly. All that extra weight, they pull on your edges and the roots of your hair, especially if your natural hair is fine and fragile. Please, your scalp should never feel like it's carrying some form of weight in your scalp. I'm not trying to tell you what kind of hairstyle to make, far from it. But if length retention is a goal for you, is something that you truly want to achieve, or you're trying to figure out the best way to retain length, then doing away with all these extensions and things that pull on your strands might be the best thing for you to do. I mean, most of these added hair, they are heavier than your actual hair strands. So what do you expect? Some of them, even go as far as making it difficult for you to moisturize your hair. I know you want to tell yourself that you moisturize your hair with those extensions or added hair, but trust me, that moisture most of the time don't penetrate through. You're actually just moisturizing the added hair and not your actual hair strands. I know this because I've once used extensions on my hair, so I'm saying this from experience, and yeah, it might still be different for most of us, but trust me, for the most part, I think and I feel that using extensions on your hair does not really actually protect your hair. No, on the contrary, I think it deprives your hair of moisture, length retention, because both the weight, the deprivation of moisture, they are all factors that contribute to you not retaining length. Number 3, frontals and sew-ins. Now, I know some people will say that their hair is protected underneath those weaves, frontals and the rest. But what about your edges? I mean, this constant having to put frontals, seal with hot tools, glues, all those things are damaging your edges. Again, I'm only highlighting ways in which these so-called protective styles are actually ruining our hair instead of protecting it. It's very easy for you to lose your edges, but very, very difficult for you to regain them. If you want to keep those edges in, if you want to have fuller edges, then frontals and sew-ins are not for you. Number 4, wash and goes on type 4C hair. Note, I said type 4C hair because if you have other kind of hair types, 3A, 3B, 4A, you can at least get away with it. But for 4C hair typically dries out fast and are very, very kinky. They require high maintenance. So if you are doing a wash and go, that means you have to do some touch-ups, maybe before going to bed or early in the morning before going out. This all amounts to daily manipulation, which is not something that you want. So if you are looking to retain length and reduce manipulation, reduce breakage, and you are a type 4C hair girly, then trust me, wash and goes is not actually the kind of style that you want to be looking into. Number 5, buns, ponytails, and slick back styles. So this is what we call the everyday, protective style. It's a common style for most people. And because it's so easy for you to just put your hair backwards and just use maybe a tie to just tie it up and all that, it can also be the fastest way in which some people are experiencing thinning and hair loss if not done correctly. So why do I think it's damaging? Wearing slick buns, updos in the same style, in the same way every single time can be very, very detrimental, honestly, especially along your edges. So here's what you can do instead. Try to switch up your parts. Use certain scrunchies like I mentioned. They are very soft, friendly, and they don't snag up on your hair strands. Never use elastic bands, and also avoid heavy gels that has a lot of chemicals that can be drying to your hair, because I know that one thing that goes with having a slick bun is applying gels to the edges to have it laid down flat. So that can also be ruining your edges. Protective style should protect your hair, not punish you. So if your style leaves you with sore edges, sore scalp, or more breakage than you started with, that's not protection. That's damage in disguise. The real secret to healthy protective style isn't actually in the style. It is in how you wear it and what you do while wearing those styles. So you want low tension as much as possible so that your hair follicles are not stressed out. You want consistent moisture so your strands don't dry out and snap off under those styles. And most importantly, you need to give your scalp regular breaks so it can breathe, recover, and grow. Now, to be honest, have you ever done any hairstyles that pulled on your strands, your edges, your scalp? At the end of the day, you had to take it down? Let me know in the comment section so that we all can learn from it. And that's all for today's video. So if you want more healthy hair tips that actually works, hit that subscribe button and share this video to someone else who is also struggling and who needs to hear this. And please don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.